Come on, step it up!
Hi, this is Alex with another episode of Come On, Step It Up with our awesome hosts, Steve, Brad, Ted, and our special guest, Justin. Welcome. Continue. Do something.
Alright, yeah, so we got a few topics to talk about today. Let's see. First, let's go with, this article off of GiantBomb.com. The co-founders of BioWare are leaving BioWare. One of the guys told EA about his decision back in April 2012 and allowed the company 6 months to set up a proper transition. And his reasoning behind it essentially is, I've reached an unexpected point in my life where I no longer have the passion I once did for the company, for the games, and for the challenge of creation. For the people I have the privilege of working with, however, my passion burns as brightly as it did as we started. And apparently he will pursue his passion for craft beer, so good for him.
He has a passion for craft beer?
For craft
Wait,
beer.
Kraft has a beer now?
I don't know anyone that doesn't have a passion for beer in some way or another.
Wait, Kraft makes beer now?
Crafting beer?
I mean,
Beersmith?
It says craft beers. So they don't really mention anything specific except for just kind of reasoning, but I'm gonna just straight out presume that they're leaving because of the failures that was Dragon Age 2, the whole debacle with Mass Effect 3, and also Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, Public.
I don't know.
Titanic. I don't know. Sure, the company produced a lot of bad things, poorly developed things, but I mean, can we really assume that that's the reason why the founders are leaving? There's a lot of things that could be the reason, and I mean, good on them if they want to leave and do other things like dedicate their lives to beer. Because I mean, hey, you're gonna dedicate your life to anything. That's what be beer.
Yeah, why not beer?
Yeah, I mean, you go from video games to beer. That seems logical to me.
Obviously.
But
Yeah, I don't see it really.
How can you not?
No, I mean, I don't see why the games would be a problem as to the reason why they're leaving. You know,
Well, you have to understand too, BioWare is owned by EA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, when you're owned by a big company like EA, it's not surprising that he lost his passion for games. Because EA just sucks in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also, isn't EA selling their stuff? So, I mean, it's obviously new management and obviously new ventures, I guess. So, I mean, if people that have dedicated their lives to a certain standard of play or way of building things or making things, and there's a new, and there's going to be changes and alterations to the entire infrastructure of it all. I mean, then now would be the best time to get out anyway. If you were going to get out to do something else, why not now?
All right, but yeah, you brought up something that we had to talk about. Our next article is EA up for sale. What does this mean for gamers? And this can be found off of mobileapps.com. And essentially, yeah, EA is being sold to, well, we don't know exactly what, but essentially it's going to be approached by multiple private equity firms. So essentially, this is not going to be something public. So now some guy on the street wants to buy EA, he can't really do that. This is more of a private kind of thing. But
exactly, because a guy off the street can totally buy EA.
Well, I mean, if you look at the CEO, he looks pretty old. And honestly, the price tag for EA would be the most amazing retirement fund ever. So I don't blame him. But yeah, you know what? I can only hope that this sale can lead to single-player games again. Because last time EA was like, yeah, we're not doing single-player games. So maybe under new management, we might see the return of EA doing the right thing. But don't get your hopes up. It's all about the money. We all know this.
Yeah,
so it's not going public?
It's not.
I don't think it's going public. They're looking for private investors. I mean, you can already buy stock in the company, so it's already.
Yeah, that means it's public in that sense, but they're looking for a private equity firm to buy them up. So.
Yeah, they're probably looking for most of the shares. I mean, I'm sure the CEO or whoever in charge has most of the shares, so they're probably looking for someone to take over that and then obviously take over position.
I don't know. I guess it just doesn't sound like there's not going to be much with new management. I guess it's going to be. I mean, if they were about money before, they're going to be more about money now. If it's going to be an equity firm,
it really depends on how it goes. Like whoever buys it from them might insist on having management whatever powers in the company. So it really depends on who buys it and how what the contract goes and all that stuff.
Right. Well, and also another thing is that's like when Disney bought out Marvel. Disney wanted Marvel because it made money. If I bought, let's say, if all of us, if one of us bought EA games, we're not going to stop them or tell them what to do or tell them to make things differently because obviously it makes money.
Yeah,
and we want to make money. So if what they're doing is making money, then that's all we're really interested in. So there's a good chance that nothing's actually going to change in any way, because if what they're doing is right, then why meddle with it? Especially if I'm a person who knows how to make money. If I knows how to make money babies, rub them together and make money babies, then and I don't. That means I probably don't know how video games work or how to command a video game whatever company. Then I'm not going to try as long as what they're doing is good work and I don't have to actually give a damn and it just makes me more money. Then why intervene?
Your analogies are crazy, dude.
Money babies.
Money babies. They make money babies. Give us another $1, and they just make more money babies. $2 million. The exact amount of money you need to have to make more money babies. $2 million.
Alright.
That, or they could just go the way of Capcom and try to make a game every year. Oh god.
You mean every 3 months?
There you go.
5 years. Yeah.
Get there.
With only 100 people, but the article fails to mention if this leaves the possibility of another video game company buying them up. I'm not sure if that's a possibility or not, but if that happens, then I think in that case an actual change to how EA produces stuff might actually occur. Let's say if I don't know. It depends really on who buys them up. If it's someone like Activision, nothing's gonna change.
No, but could you imagine if one of the big three bought EA?
Yeah, right. Imagine if Microsoft just bought EA. How crazy would that be?
Oh god.
Oh, imagine Nintendo. Imagine all EA games become Nintendo exclusives.
Dude, everyone will be bitching about Madden.
Battlefield, everything. Everything.
I can't get Madden no more. I have to buy a stupid Wii U now.
Are you kidding me? You know how crazy the Wii U would be for Madden? You could do you could write out plays on the pad thing.
I get that. I'm just talking about the 360 fanboys out there who's gonna be pissed that they can't play 2013 on their 360 and have to buy a Wii.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, product demographics. Xbox is clearly developed for mid-20s to late 30s, or mid-20s, late 30s kind of gamer guy kind of outlook and mentality, and it doesn't make sense to just cut off that entire demographic because let's be honest, fellas, there's a lot of money in Madden and Microsoft or an Xbox because that's mostly why a lot of people will buy Xbox. I mean, sure, if you look at exclusive games on Xbox, what is there? It's Call of Duty and Battlefield, which is an exclusive, but Assassin's Creed. These are very testosterone-induced games, and Madden's kind of up there. I don't really see the point in making, again, demographics is important, and when looking at why it is you make games and who it is you make games for and how you make the game for them kind of thing.
Oh yeah, strange segue. That actually ties in with the whole Bayonetta being exclusive. Bayonetta 2 being exclusively on the Wii U.
God damn it.
Yeah, we talked about that for a while.
It's
segue.
Think about it logically. The rage is fucking stupid.
Well, I didn't play Bayonetta.
Yeah, but
I don't care.
Yeah.
I have sex regularly enough to not want to watch women run around with their tits hanging out. However, again, that ties. He's right. Like, it ties in the demographics and why it is you sell a certain product to a certain people on a certain system, especially when it comes to video games, because this consoles in themselves are very kind of consumer oriented. PS3 is for the quote unquote hardcore gamers. Xbox 360 is for more like dude, this is all like generalizing, obviously, but it's applicable nonetheless. And Wii and Nintendo products are usually for family fun, or people that have been playing Nintendo games since they were children, or since they're at least young.
That's only been recent. Well, recent. That's only been since really the Wii.
Right.
The Wii was the first time Nintendo really went all in with the family thing.
Yeah, but.
Nintendo's whole image though was based around family fun from the beginning. If you think about it.
Right. Well, the demographic is more and more these days is based around those who've been playing the game since they were young. And if you want to say otherwise, look at every Mario game that's been creation for the last fucking 8 years and try and talk to me, because it's bullshit. The point is, Bayonetta is like let's be honest, gentlemen. It's a woman who is wearing a leather, what is it called? Spandex.
That's actually her hair, so that makes it even...
Her hair? What?
That's her hair.
Wait, whoa.
That's her hair.
What? Yeah, her suit's made out of her magic hair.
Yep.
I'm not interested in this.
Wait, so technically she's a fur-covered woman?
Yeah, that's why, if you ever seen any of the gameplay videos, the more crazier the combos get, the more revealing her outfit, and I put that in quotes, is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the whole concept is pretty dumb, but fun at the same time.
I mean, that's the whole concept of, sexy lady, kicking ass, whatever. I mean, that's going to get, another audience. But I think if you're a fan of those kind of games, mainly you would get Bayonetta, because it's kind of a spiritual successor to Devil May Cry, because it's actually the same guy who created the game. But he no longer works for Capcom, and now he's head of Platinum Games, so that's why he decided to go for that. And if you take away that whole aspect of sexy women, whatever, yada yada, you do got a solid hack and slash game with a very solid fighting system.
Yeah, it's far beyond anyone to say that Bayonetta fundamentally is at least an interesting game to look at. But I agree. It's well designed and well developed, obviously, and it would be ignorant of me to say otherwise. But the point is, when the point of video games, especially when it comes to advertisements and things like that, is to look at it from face value. And I don't know, when you say something like, I'm going to put a sexy woman and literally duct tape her to the Wii U as best I guess I physically can. One, I'm pretty sure we're all a little turned on by that notion, and two, it's a little disturbing that we can make that correlation. It's what? Come on, guys. All right, we can all sit here and bitch about how the fact that they're going to make 18 more Mario games for the Wii U and 30,000 more Zelda games for the Wii U, but as a release title, maybe no. As a strictly for the Wii U game or for the Wii U, I still think that's a really poor decision, based off the fact that again, marketing. You could probably market to the Xbox players, but still, even based around that, just one, Bayonetta was not the most stellar game. I mean, it was interesting to say the least, but not the most this game is going to be awesome. Every motherfucker on the block is going to buy it. We're all going to make millions, and we're going home to Cuba happy, But just my whole attitude towards it is just.
What just crossed my mind? Bayonetta and Super Smash Brothers. Could you imagine what her final Smash would be like now?
Glad we got there.
Can you just imagine that now, since she's technically a Nintendo exclusive now?
But it's not owned by Nintendo.
She's still a third-party character, though.
Yeah.
It would be.
Well, look at Solid Snake made it to
as well.
Yeah, Solid Snake made it.
Yeah, but that's because Hideo Kojima went up to Sakurai and yo, put him in! And he got in.
Just because Bayonetta is being developed exclusively for the Wii U does not mean she's going to be in a Smash Bros. Game. She's still owned by Platinum Games, so Nintendo can't just be like, hey, put her in the game. They still have to buy the rights from Platinum. that Nintendo didn't buy out Platinum. They're just helping them publish a full game.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, but this I didn't mention this last time, but like, it kind of makes sense why Nintendo wants to do this, because with the Wii, you have a very family-friendly / casual market, but with the Wii U, Nintendo really wants to get back, I guess, I have no other way of saying
the gamers.
The core gamers, so that's why they're doing a push for some of these more core-related, mature games. That's why you have Wii, Zombie U. You got they kind of made a push for Call of Duty, which it's considered a core game. You got Bayonetta 2. They want to make sure that the console will be open for literally just anyone, whether you're casual or core gamer. They want to establish the image that Nintendo is for everyone and not just for kids or for
grandma
people in like retirement homes who like playing Wii bowling or whatever. So yeah, let's move on. Next we got. Well, speaking of the Wii U, what's with all these segues today? We have a headline from joystick.com. That's joystick with a Q. Latest PS3 challenges Wii U storage philosophy. EU US disparity explained. So this week at the Tokyo Game Show, Sony unveiled 2 new PS3 remodels. They look a lot more skinnier. It kind of reminds me of, like, remember those slim PS2s?
Yes, I still have it in a drawer. It's actually small enough to put in a small drawer. It was awesome. I opened it, I was like, oh look, PS2.
Yeah, it looks similar to that. And they're coming in to the United States in 2 different models. You got a 250 gig and a 500 gig. And Europe also gets a 12 gig flash-based system. But the notable thing from this article is that, let's see, where is it? The U.S. gets 2 larger systems because its consumers demand more out of the box, according to Sony of America Vice President of Marketing John Collar. The smaller flash drive isn't coming to North America, and that because a lot of the reason is digital consumer. We really want to make sure out of the box that there's an option for them to download that content. That is very critical to us, very, very important. And then, of course, with the Wii U, Nintendo has a more open approach. I mean, you'll be able to pick from 2 different Wii U systems. You're able to pick an 8 gig one, which is the basic, or the 32 gig one. But what's neat, though, is that you're able to hook up a hard drive to it. So it could be an external hard drive, so it could be up to, like, I don't know, what's the largest one that's available to the public, like 5 terabytes or whatever. Yeah, so they have a more open approach to that. So, essentially, you got this weird kind of debate here, if it's better to have it, like, better out of the box, or have it open to consumers. Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not leave it open to consumers? I mean, what Nintendo's doing is smart, because they're not spending so much money on a hard drive. Because if it's a 500 gig hard drive, to keep costs down, it's definitely not flash-based, which is more reliable and faster than your regular hard drive that you would find in your consoles now. So what Nintendo is doing, I think, is extremely smart, because it leaves people the option to obviously put whatever size they need. And right now, I mean, hard drives are cheap. You can find a 500 gigabyte flash hard drive for under $100, $70. So you know what I mean. So to justify making a system more expensive for memory when you could easily attach your own, I think, is not a smart thing to do, and it's not something that's good for the future. Because what makes something future-proof is the ability to upgrade. And if you can't upgrade something like the memory, then you're not future-proof.
And Sony also always had the philosophy that they always have their proprietary like memory card system. Like, look at the PSP and the PS Vita; they only have like a special memory card that you use for only those consoles, and they are actually pretty expensive. I think something like 4 gigs is something like maybe $20-$25. and it only gets worse from there. I mean, I'm not sure if that's like a better thing than doing a Nintendo, because at least if you have it open like system, like you use whatever memory card you want or like whatever storage you want, Nintendo is not going to get a cent from that. But I think because of this open memory solution, it's better, like, will sell more Wii U's rather than a PS3, or
with this whole like memory thing, and Sony, like there's a quote in this article that that the VP of Sony Computer Entertainment America says that with the earlier adoptions of the PS3, they had a choice when they ran out of space. They could either go get the hard drive, and it was an easy install and all that, or they can go get a second system. And they chose, it's what they saw was that a lot of people were choosing to just get the second system, and it really makes a lot of sense, because if you think of the I hate this word, casual gamer, the mainstream gamer, a lot of them don't know about the whole being able to get the extra hard drive. They think they run out of space, or if a new model comes out that has more space, they have to get this new system. So while the Wii U does allow this accessibility where you can just go get an external hard drive, plug it in, good to go, like how many Wii U purchasers are really going to think about that and like, I can do this, instead of I'm running out of space, I'm too stupid to make room on my hard drive, I should go buy the bigger system because I need the bigger space. Like, right. No one, like, he makes a good point where the U.S. consumers not that smart when it comes to typical U.S. consumers, not that smart in this area. So really, I think the new PS3 would get a good amount of sales out of this. Now, when we talk about sales, the Wii U's been like you can't reserve a Wii U anywhere anymore after like a week after they announced the price, which is fucking ridiculous. But still, I think that this will still net a good amount of sales for Sony because of this whole like philosophy that they're taking.
I'm on the fence on this actually. I mean, you know, both sides actually make a good point. One's taking advantage of a lack of education, while the other one's trying to, you know, make it more accessible to everyone. But, you know, as Sony points out, a lot of Americans are stupid.
It's true. Unfortunately.
I don't want to say stupid, just
ignorant. We're very ignorant.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, lack of education, so ignorant would be the best word to put it out.
I think the best word to use would be misinformed. Like,
yeah, misinformed or
uninformed. Like, if you told me yesterday that I could hook an external hard drive to my PS3, I'd call you a liar. Because I play video games, but I mean, the hardware, you know, it's not exactly the most conducive thing in the world. Like, you can't just pick it up like, yeah, this makes sense. It goes in here and does what it says it does. Clearly. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's. I feel like it's like they announce the fact it's like, hey, yo, by the way, when you run out of space, just get more. As opposed to, when you run out of space, just get a whole new system. It'll be like, oh, I can do that. That makes a lot of sense. Let's do that.
Well, you see, also, Americans just like big numbers. So when they see 500 gigs, they get like a little chubber in their pants. You know? They're like, ooh, big number, buy. So, you know, I mean, the average American kind of sucks in terms of... in a consumer sense, they just love the fact that, you know, they just got those big numbers. So, I mean, I can see why Americans would probably like the whole no external option but big memory. Because, you know, again, people like things that they don't have to, like, worry about ever. So when you tell somebody, oh, you know, 32 gigs and you can have up to 3 terabytes, they don't care. All they see is the fact that they have 32 gigs and that's what they can play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, for a simple gamer, and especially for, like, kids and stuff, but, you know, I don't think kids would even have a problem with that, because imagine, you can hook up a hard drive to your Wii. Do you know how many mods are going to be out for the Wii U because you can hook up a hard drive?
It's going to
be ridiculous.
Like I'm not too sure, though, because now that Nintendo is actually pushing for, like, you know, a solid online component to, like, the systems. Like, look at the 3DS. They've been releasing firmware, like, at least consistently, like every 3 months or so nowadays. So like even hacking that, it's taking it's like sweet time because it's getting more difficult. And with the Wii U, it's going to take a while until.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's
going to be forever until someone cracks that shit.
Yeah, so like from that aspect, it'll be tougher.
But I just want to get my ROM on it.
I don't know. I mean, they said the PS3 was uncrackable, and it took that GeoHot guy like 2 years to crack it.
And then once he got it cracked, it was cracked for good.
Well, yeah, never say never, because there's always gonna. Just because you say it's uncrackable will only make someone work that much harder to crack it. So
that's the whole Blu-ray code thing. That was broken within 6 months after release of the first Blu-ray disc ever.
Blu-ray.
So I don't know, man. Nintendo's been hacked several times back in the past, and people just don't care about it, honestly.
Yeah.
They don't have a big online presence compared to PSN and Xbox Live. I mean,
but they're working on it.
Which hopefully works out, because it just sounds like it's more like Penguin Club on the Nintendo or something, basically.
No, they're pushing for a better online component. They definitely proved it a bit with the 3DS. Because now you're able to hop in games in and out. You're able to send messages and stuff. It's progress, and it'll only get better with the Wii U.
Just no more
ideally,
right?
Yeah, there's still friend code, not friend codes, for every game. It's just a one-time thing.
Is there gonna be lobbies now or what? Because
once you add a friend code, it sticks forever, and you can follow that guy in whatever game he's in. So let's say he's playing Mario Kart Wii U. You turn on the Wii U, the guy shows up, you're able to hop in the game straight from there.
Because could you imagine some Call of Duty fanboy was playing Call of Duty on his Wii U and just God damn it, I need friend codes to play against noobs now? I don't know.
It just wants to add friends, that's it. If it's someone online, I don't know how would that work. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Alright, but I think we've been on this topic long enough, so let's move on to our final topic. And that is rest in peace G4, NBC to rebrand video game channel in 2013. And essentially G4 is no longer going to be that video game channel that we all chose to ignore a few years ago. And now according to Variety, they're going to be changing the more or less tone of G4 from a less nerdy orientated audience to more of a, and they have this in quotes, GQ feel. So essentially G4 is going to be a classier version of Spike TV.
Well, okay, first off, they lost that stamp years ago when they started spamming the airwaves with cheaters and Campus PD and Ninja Warrior. Also, Ninja Warrior is a great TV show. It was the only redeeming show next to the...
Are you kidding me? I remember when MXC was hot on Tech TV. That was the best.
No, that was on Spike.
Oh, was it? I thought it was on Tech.
Spike.
No, well, yeah, but there you go. Those are the only 3 shows that G4 had that had any redeeming quality. It was Ninja Warrior, Attack of the Show, and X-Play. And those 2 latter shows...
They had a bunch of other cool shows as well. They had, what was that one show where they kind of showed, more or less, compilations of videos and stuff? It was,
You mean Cinematech?
Cinematech! Yeah. That show was cool.
Yeah, but that was before the whole change into the current cheaters.
Cool. Cheat was cool. No. That was okay. It was kind of a walkthrough on TV, but I don't know. I still watched it. And what else was there?
I mean, the old G4 was awesome. Yeah, you had Cheat, you had Arena, you had Extended Playground, which is the competitor, G4's version of Tech TV's X-Play. All sorts of great original gaming shows, but then they got rid of it and they went for the whole Campus PD and cheaters format they're going for.
Do you think that them changing their format from what they are now into a more GQ on TV type thing is bad? I mean, I think it would be a welcome change, to be honest. I wouldn't mind something different than what they have currently, because what they have currently I'm not really, looking forward to.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that change was... I think that change was a surprise to me. Yeah, it was definitely a surprise to me. You think like if they were going to make a change, it would probably kind of like but kind of like revert to like what they once were, like a true channel meant for like a nerd audience, but like a GQ style TV channel. I don't know.
I mean, how many GQ quote unquote type of males are there in America today? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like those cities that are heavily affected by those type of people are usually in LA and New York, and they are not the largest demographic of people to watch.
Well, you have to understand too. Like GQ. I mean, do you read the magazine?
I've read like a few.
I mean, I like to read it every couple of months. I pick up a copy. It's really it's good in my opinion. If there's a TV like station for GQ type stuff, I would watch it all the time because they give you awesome tips about everything. It's crazy. I love it. No,
right on.
No, it's really good though. I really enjoy GQ. I mean, you think people wouldn't like enjoy it, like let's say Middle America, where they don't really care per se about that kind of stuff. But right. I mean, knowing how to dress, I'm all up for that. Like, I don't mind learning, okay. knowing what's a good style and stuff like that. Like, knowing just simple things. You never know. Like GQ. Let me see. Do I even have a copy here with me? I think I might have thrown it out already. If I had a copy, I could show you what they got. But yeah, I mean, GQ is very informative, and honestly, I think that's what's missing on TV. I mean, if you look at channels like the History Channel, History Channel turned into MTV. They have two channels. One of them was supposed to be for history, the second one, and now it's turning to all reality shows as usual. Fuck Pawn Stars, they ruined it.
All right. I mean, I guess so, but I mean, wouldn't having a GQ TV channel be? I mean, yeah, it'd basically be a more classy Spike. Wouldn't that mean they'd be spamming the airwaves with more of their versions of reality TV, with the onset that that's what's most likely going to happen anyway?
Well, you would. I mean, it would all have to depend, because I mean, I think right now the market's pretty oversaturated with reality, like programming in general, and for a GQ type station, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just like G4, but with more gentlemanly discussions. So if you look at G4, they don't have many scripted or reality shows per se. They have forget it. I can't even get into it. I lost my train of thought.
Well, G4 really isn't that anymore. Like, have you watched G4 anytime within like the last 2 or 3 years?
I haven't cared about G4 since
they're total crap.
Because G4 hasn't been, gamer orientated or nerd audience orientated in a long time. All they've been doing was playing cops, cheaters, Campus PD, and all these really shitty reality shows on reruns for like good hour or like 2 hour blocks.
So yeah, original programming might be a nice change of pace if it's anything.
I just don't get what the hell people were thinking over at G4. Like, this is a great idea. We'll just spam the airwaves with cheaters, cops, and Campus PD, and no one will mind at all. And apparently, no one did.
I don't get why cheaters.
Without rebranding,
I really don't get why would they have cheaters on there.
I don't know.
Why would they have a lot of things?
Their demographic barely has a girlfriend. So I don't know why they're showing cheaters.
Alright, but yeah, besides that, I don't know, I'm more or less just curious how the channel will end up. Hopefully it'll end up good, even though I'm not a reader of GQ, but maybe they'll have original content that'll be, kind of cool or something.
I would like to say, though, I think it'd be a better idea if everyone just made a technology channel, since nobody can figure out what's what with technology nowadays.
But if you think about it, what would a technology channel do? I mean, really, where I think technology channels, if you will, work best? On YouTube. YouTube, honestly, is going to replace TV one day. It really is.
It hasn't.
TV, just like TV, Netflix, streaming is going to be the new shit. And honestly, TV is going to be out the door within 50 years. I guarantee it. In our lifetime,
not even 20, man.
Extinct. In our lifetime, TV will go away.
And all it'll be
it's going to be all based on the internet.
And the most popular video will be Avril Lavigne's girlfriend.
Hell no, it's going to be a video about cats.
It's going to be a cats video. Cats will lead the revolution, man.
And dancing. Dubso Tales.
It's gonna be like Nyan Cat 2, The Pancake or something. I don't know.
Alright, so let's end this sucker up. Alright, so I'm Steve.
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm Alex.
And we don't give a shit.
Oh.
I'm SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
And this is NUReviews signing off.